Hello guys, this will be our video discussion for topic 3 part 1, which is money time relationship, and the specific topic will be simple interest. Now there are different kinds of interests, and we will start off with, of course, the basic one, which is called a simple interest. Now before I discuss simple interest, I have to discuss first cash flow diagram, or CFD. So this is just analogous to the free body diagram, or FBD, of statics. If you're already done with statics, then this is not hard to understand already. So cash flow diagram is a representation of cash flows with respect to time. So you will have a graph wherein on the x-axis there will be the time representation, and on the y-axis that would be the cash flow representation. Now for cash inflow, especially if cash inflow represents mga profit or gain or other types of cash nga going to you, so or positive flow no sa cash, it is represented by arrow up. Okay, so just like force, ang positive nga force is arrow up, so ang positive pod nga cash flow is arrow up. And you have the cash outflow, or example sa cash outflow, you have the costs, expenses, etc. So it is represented by arrow down. So same with FBD, a force that is negative is presented by an arrow down. Okay. Now interest. As I've said, there are different types of interest. Okay. Now let's have a discussion of the different viewpoints, or two viewpoints of interest. First, you have the borrower's viewpoint. So for the borrower's viewpoint, payment for the use of borrowed capital. Okay? So mo ni mong bayad sa imuhang gihiram. So that is the borrower's viewpoint. So it's cash flow diagram. So as you can see here, at the start, you will have the present amount at the start. So it's positive. Because if you are the borrower, of course, it will go to you. The amount will go to you. So that is arrow up ang present amount. And then after a specific time, if you're going to pay it na, then the future amount is arrow down. Because pagawas naman ang money, mubayad man ka. So ikaw man ang muhatag sa imuhang gihiraman. So the future amount will be arrow down. So this is the cash flow diagram for a borrower's viewpoint. Next, you have the lender's viewpoint. So lender's viewpoint, income produced by money which has been lent. So kung ikaw ang nagpahiram, syempre mo na imuhang that is your income for lending money to others. Okay? So ginansya na nimo kay nagpahiraman ka. Okay? So in cash flow diagram, at first you have here the present amount is arrow down. It's because if you are the lender, of course, muhatag jud ka og kwarta. Pagawas ka og kwarta kung ikaw ang lender. Pero after some time, if maabot na ang time nga mobayad na dapat ang imuhang gipahiram, then you will have the future amount is arrow up. Of course, because padong naman nimo. Makadawat, ikaw naman mismo ang makadawat sa kwarta. So you have arrow up ang future amount. So this is for the lender's viewpoint. So there are two types of interest, for the lender and for the borrower. Now let's proceed with simple interest. Okay, simple interest. The interest to be paid is directly proportional to the length of time the principal is borrowed. So directly proportional to the length of time. Meaning, kung taas ang time, meaning dako sa dimong interest. Or kung mubo ra ang time, adi gamay ra sa dimong interest. So that is simple interest. So you have here a table, okay, depicting the formula basis for simple interest. So let's say in the first period, you have a principal P. Syempre ang interest P times I. So ang future amount, of course, the future amount should be ang imuhang principal plus the interest. So principal is P, while the interest is P times I. So that would be factoring out P, you have P times 1 plus I. Okay. Now, on the second period, it's just the same. Your principal is P with the interest. Then, P times 1 plus. This time, you have 2I. Then, third period, P with the interest, P times I, P times 1 plus 3I. Okay. On the nth period, you have principal N, P, interest, P times I, and then the future amount would be P times 1 plus I to the power of N. Okay? So So nga nung 2i man diri sir, nganong diri wala man ya diri kay 3. So of course here, kung period nimo isa lang, so usa ra ka interest ang mahitabo. Here, kung periods nimo duha, di duha ka interest ang mahitabo. 3, third period, di tulo ka interest ang mahitabo. Nth period, nth ka interest ang mahitabo. So that's why you have here I times n. Okay? Now, so for the total interest earned, you have I is equal to P times I times n. Okay? Then the total amount in the future amount would be, the future is equal to P plus I, but take note, the I is P times I times n. Okay? So if you're going to substitute it here, we'll have F is equal to P plus P times I times n. So taking out the common factor P, so you have 1 plus I times n. Now, it would be better if we have an example, but first, we have to know first there are two different types of simple interest. Okay? Now, the first type of simple interest is called the ordinary simple interest. Okay? For the ordinary simple interest, it is assumed that each month has 30 days, or there are 360 days in a year. It's usually called one banker's year because in a bank, it is assumed that every month it's always 30 days for simplicity purposes, of course. So when you say assume nga 30 days gyud kada buwan, bisan pa og February na siya, gi-assume gyud na nga 30 days na siya. Bisan pa unsa na nga buwan, di ba, there are months nga 30 days, there are months nga 31 days. But for ordinary simple interest, wala na siya nga notion. So tanan 30 days gyud, every month is 30 days. Now, since there are 12 months, so in 1 year there are 360 days. So that is ordinary simple interest. Now, the second type of simple interest is called the exact simple interest. Okay? So from the name itself, exact simple interest, it is based on the exact number of days in the calendar. So for this one, mo ni opposite sa ordinary. Kung ang ordinary for simplicity purposes tag 30 days in a month, ang exact simple interest, kung pila gyud tong number of days in a month, mao gyud ang imuhang i-count. Example, kung February ka, 28. Kung leap year, 29. Na days, let's say, July 31. June 30. So, kanagin mong gamiton nga number of days. So, for ordinary year, you have N is the number of days divided by 365. By the way, from the notes, N should be in terms of year. Okay? Sa notes na kung gihatag, N should be in terms of year. So, that's why here, N is number of days divided by 365. So for ordinary year, it's assumed that there are 365 days in a year. For leap year, N is equal to the number of days divided by 366. Okay? It's because of February na may extra nga 1 day. Now take note that leap years are those which are divisible by 4. When you say divisible by 4, the answer is a whole number. So, however, if it is a century year, ending with 2 zeros like 1900, so 1000, okay? So, or 2100, 2200. So, century year, it will happen every 100 years. So, for a century year to be a leap year, the year must be divisible by 400. So, for example, the ordinary nga year, 1992, divided by 4. So, that is a leap year because the answer is a whole number. But for a century year, it should be 400. Now, okay, here an example. It's much more understandable if there is an example. So determine the ordinary simple interest on 700 pesos for 8 months and 15 days if the rate of interest is 15%. Okay? So for the solution, okay, you are given, so your present amount is 700 pesos. Okay, so it's being given in the problem, and the interest is 15%. And the length of time is 8 months and 15 days. So you have to solve for the ordinary simple interest. So kana ang gipangita. So you need to solve for I, the ordinary simple interest I. So from the formula, I is equal to P times I times N. Now, if you're going to substitute the given, okay, remember, P is 700, I is 15%, or in terms of decimal, you have 0.15, and the length of time is 8 months and 15 days. But take note, N should be in years. So we have to change the length of time 8 months and 15 days into its equivalent year. So 8 months, since this is ordinary simple interest, every month there are 30 days plus the 15 days divided by, in 1 year for an ordinary simple interest is assumed to have 360 days. So cancel months. So syempre ang days makancel po ni. So may bilhin ani year na lang. Okay? So using calculator, your ordinary simple interest will be 74.375 pesos. Now let's go to example number 2. By the way, example number 1 is an example of an ordinary simple interest. Okay, for example number 2, determine the exact simple interest on 500 pesos for the period from January 10 to October 28, 1996 at 16% interest. Now for this one, so exact simple interest na sad ang gamiton. So ang atoang principal, the principal here is 500 pesos and the period is from January 10 to October 28, 1996 with an interest of 16%. Okay? So since this problem is exact simple interest, we have to solve first the exact number of days. Okay? So you have to know first, pila man gyud ka number of days? From January 10 to October 28. So how many exact days from January 10 to October 28? So to determine that, we have to solve one by one. Okay? We have to solve the number of days per month. So, from January 10, of course, ang January has 31 days. So, from January 10 to 31, that's 21 days. Now, you will not start counting sa 10. Of course, kung January 10 nagsugod, mag-start ka og count sa 11. Okay? So, daghan na rabag na sayop ana ang uban, magsugod og count sa 10. No, mo man na ang start. Diba? So, kung mo na ang start, mo na ang 0. Ang 1 day ni mo sa 11 na, dili sa 10. Okay? So, from 10 to 31, that is 21 days. February, 29 days because ang 1996 is a leap year. If you're going to perform a calculation of 1996 divided by 4, the equivalent answer is a whole number. So, therefore, February is 29. Then, March, 30. April, 30. May, 31. June, 30. July, 31. August, 31 days. September, 30 days. And October, until October 28 raman to, so you have 28 days. So if you're going to add up all days from January hangtod October, you will have 292 days. So the exact number of days for this problem is 292 days. So solving for the problem, okay, so remember, I is equal to P times I times N. It's because, remember, ang gipangita lang sa sample number 2 is exact simple interest. Maoray gipangita. So, exact simple interest, you have I equals P times I times N. So, remember, P is 500. The interest is 16%. And for N, there are 292 days. Nya kay leap year man eh, so we're going to use 366 days per year. So, the answer is, you have the exact simple interest for example number 2 is 63.825 pesos. Okay? Now, let's go to the last example, example number 3. What will be the future worth of money after 14 months if a sum of 10,000 pesos is invested today at a simple interest rate of 12% per year? Okay? So, for this one, you are given a sum or a principal of 10,000 pesos. So, muna yung principal is because from the problem, it is stated nga 10,000 is invested today. So, of course, kung today, that is the present amount or the principal. When you say principal, it's just the same as the present amount. So, recall tong mga terms nga kung gihatag sa first, katong mga basic terms. Okay? And then, you have interest is 12% per year and the length of time is 14 months. Okay? Now, for this problem, okay, since it was not stated on what type of interest, diba, dari wala man gibutang kung unsa man nga klase simple interest, exact ba ni or ordinary ba ni? Okay? It is stated here only nga at a simple interest rate. So wala gibutang kung ordinary simple interest ba ni or exact simple interest ba ni. So for this one, if it is not stated, then automatically assume this is an ordinary simple interest. Okay? So, automatic na siya. Basta wala gibutang, ordinary na siya by default. Okay? Now, since future worth man ang gipangita ni, okay, solving for the future worth, you have f is equal to p times 1 plus in. So, remember the formula. Substituting the given, the present amount is 10,000 times 1 plus the interest is 12% and n. Okay? N nganong 14 months nya diretso man ni sir to 14 months nya 12 months per year, di ba? Days man to sir, di ba? Per day man to ang atong gamit. Now for this one, bisan pag imo na i-convert into days, okay? Makancel out ra gyapon nga naman. Dere inig-convert nimo into 30 days per month. Imo sang gamiton dere 30 days per month pod. So pareha sila, dere nagamit kag 30 days per month, dere sa ubos nagamit sa kag 30 days per month. So makancel out ra ba og ubos nga 30 days per month. So wala ray gamit. So may pamdiretso na lang ka. Kay take note kay gi-assume ni siya nga ordinary simple interest. Okay? So parehas ra ang kada buwan tag 30 days ra. So you don't need to convert it using number of days. Kay exact man ang gigamit nga 14 months. Wala man siya extra nga number of days. Okay? So kay exact man siya pwede ra in terms of month ra pud atong gamiton. So using your calculator, taking the answer for this one, you will have f is equal to 11,400 pesos.